Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm recording this on Tuesday night after we've had three special elections in the state of Florida with some pretty interesting results. And I think these results give a good indication of where the national environment is going, and it's kind of foreshadowing what I think the 2026 midterms are going to shape up to be. So these were three special elections in Florida. One was for a state Senate district, and two of these races were for state House districts. And interestingly enough, one of the state House districts, Florida State House District 87, is the district where Trump lives in. Mar-a-Lago is located in State House District 87, so Trump does live here. He voted in this special election by mail, voting records do indicate. And I want to talk about the results in this district because in 2024, Trump won this district by 10.5 points. However, the Democrat here, Emily Gregory, won the special election by just over 3 points. That's nearly a 14-point swing towards Democrats. Now, keep in mind, during the Trump era, during the last 10 years, Florida has seen a significant shift towards the Republican Party, even relative to the nation. In 2016, Trump won Florida by 1%. In 2020, he won it by 3%. In 2024, he won it by 13%. So Florida has seen a heavy shift towards the Republicans, but even in the face of that, in the last few months, Florida Democrats, they've had some decent momentum going their way, and these special elections continue to indicate that. Remember, this district voted for Trump by nearly 11 points, and tonight the Democrat won here by 3 points. That's a 14-point swing. They flipped this district, and symbolically, this is huge because this is Trump's home district. Now, in District 14 in the state Senate, the Democrats also flipped this district. This is a district that Trump won by 7.5 points in 2024, yet the Democrat won here tonight by 0.5 percentage point. That's an 8-point swing towards Democrats, and another flip from the Republicans to the Democratic Party. In fact, the Republican candidate in this race, she outraised the Democrat $1 million to just $100,000. The Republicans had a huge fundraising advantage here, and they still lost in this red district. And finally, in District 51 in the State House, this is the district that Trump won by 11.5 points in 2024. The Republicans won here by 8.5 points tonight. That's about a 3-point swing towards the Democrats. So the swing here was not as great towards the Democrats as it was in the other two races, but it was still a shift towards the Democratic Party. So ultimately, I think the lesson to be learned here is that the national environment is so favorable towards the Democrats in 2024 that even in a state like Florida that has been heavily shifting towards Republicans, we're seeing swings back towards the Democratic Party. And a statistic that I thought was very interesting and should be noted was pointed out by someone from Vote Hub. So in Senate District 14, if you look at the party registration of everyone who voted, Republicans had a 9-point advantage, but those voters elected the Democrat by 0.5 percentage point. In House District 87, Republicans had a 10-point registration advantage, yet those voters elected Democrats by 2.5 points. What does this mean? This means that in both of these districts, Republicans heavily outvoted Democrats, but the Democrats still won. Why? Because a lot of Republican voters chose to vote for the Democratic candidate. So, you could say, well, look, Democrats only won these Senate District 14 and House District 87 because these were low turnout special elections. And while it's true that turnout was lower in this special election than it was in 2024, even with lower turnout, Republicans still had more registered voters than Democrats vote in this election, and the Democrats still won. Why? Because a lot of Republicans voted for the Democratic candidate. So what this tells us for the 2026 midterms is, yes, Democrats are going to have a turnout advantage, but also they've been able to persuade a lot of independents and even some Republicans to vote for them. And I think that's going to shape up to have a very devastating national environment in 2026 for the Republicans. So I just wanted to share my thoughts on tonight's special elections, and I will see you all in the next video.